Hey guys! So today I am filming my first YouTube video on how to do basic eyeshadow. I absolutely love eyeshadow, and this is a pretty universal look, and I'm using neutral colors, so it should work with everyone, but I'm also going to explain how to tweak it a little bit depending on your eye shape. So stay tuned! The first thing you'll want to do is apply your primer. Here I'm just using Urban Decay's Original Primer Potion. I prefer applying the primer to my hand first instead of directly from the tube just because I find this avoids any clumps and just results in a more even application. Here I'm applying my base. I'm using Stark from the Naked 2 Basics palette. This is just a matte light beige color and I'm applying this all over the lid. The brushes I'm using in this video are all from BH Cosmetics' 18-piece Studio Pro brush set. This brush here is their small smudger brush. If you don't know what BH Cosmetics is, I will link it down below and I highly suggest that you check it out. Now I'm using the color Cover, which is a light brown, and I'm applying this to my outer corners. If your eyes are set further apart, you'll want to do the same to your inner corners as well. Next, I am taking Primal. This is a slightly darker brown than what we previously used, and I'm applying this in my crease. I like to brush it upwards to the inner corners of my brows. I know this looks a little crazy at the moment, but don't worry, we're going to blend that all in. Now when you're blending, you want to blend not so that all the shades mix. You want to start from the inner corner to the outer corner of the lid, and then all over your upper lid, following the direction you applied your shadow. Next, I'm applying the color Skimp, which is a shimmery highlight shade to the inner corners of my lid. If you have smaller eyes, you will definitely want to do this step and maybe even bring it out a bit further depending on your preference. I saved this step for last because it's shimmery and I don't want sparkles all over. For me, I prefer an even brighter highlight, which is the one and only shade Nylon from MAC. I'm putting this on my inner corner and right under the arch of my brow. The last shade I'm using is Frisk, which is a light taupe color. I'm using this shade as a transition color between my highlight and what I applied earlier to the crease. Now I'm just going back with some of the shades we used earlier with my flat liner brush, and I'm applying this to my lower lash line. I'm applying Frisk all along my lash line and bringing it down slightly to my lower lid to give a more smoky look. I'm also putting the darker shades on my outer lash line. For liner, I like using a brown crayon liner in my inner corners to define them since we applied our highlighter. I'm using my BH Cosmetics liquid pen liner to do a small defined wing. I prefer to start by drawing my initial line from where I want it to end to my outer corner, and going back and drawing another line to around the middle of my lash line. Then I go back and I fill that in. Next, I carefully dab my liner to as close to my lash line as possible to right before my tear duct. Lastly, I'm going to curl my eyelashes and go in with MAC's Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash Mascara to finish off the look.